Hello everybody, thanks for tuning in. My name is Rosalia and I'm an occasional YouTube video maker. I don't remember the last time I did a video. I appreciate those who do visit me and give me comments, but I just do it because I like it. I have fun with it. It's nice to share. So I have something to share with you today. And that is using photo paper. And the photo paper is not the real glossy one. It's almost like a bit of a matted, but not quite. It does have some gloss, so it's mild glossy, I guess. And use it in your art. And let me tell you, I know it's supposed to be non-porous, photo paper non-porous, but let me tell you, I use all kinds of things on that paper, and it took it beautifully. I use paste. And the paste that I use, I make it out of spackle and a little bit of gesso. Okay, mix it. And I don't mix a whole bunch. I just mix what I'm going to use at the time. I've used distressed ink, acrylic, the spray inks, the water ones, or the permanent inks. I did all that. And my stencils, I did some embossing. I did stamping. I did all what I would do on my normal cardstock. I did on these photo papers, and this one is beautiful. I love this one. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm going to do something because this is just the background right now. This is the background that I did on most of my paper. I did the whole sheet first, and then I cut it to this 3.5 by 5. Very nice size to really get a good piece of art going. I did this one. I did a lot. And I'm not a theme person, but sometimes, you want to add a heart and then let it take you where it takes you. But I'm mostly a very abstract, multimedia, and I just throw things together, and the colors are just beautiful. I use a lot of my scrap pieces. There's a piece of scrap right here. And, I may have some butterflies, pieces of text, and I emboss this one in my embossing folder. If you can just tell right there, okay? So I do everything with that, glue paper on it, tissue and everything. And I also did some embossing with this again, and this piece of fabric of some sort. I forget what it, burlap of some sort. Tissue paper, like I said, stencil and embossing, stencil and texture stuff. So I had a lot of fun with that. I really did. I just love it. So I have quite a few cards that I made, and I just love the art. And that's my little cat, my little kitten. He's a doll, and he wants to get out. I'm just going to open the door real quick for him because he's going to stand there and make noise. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right, let me get back. All right, all right. So I needed to put him somewhere because I made a lot. I had fun, and I'm still hooked, right? And I thought about that plastic photo, that cheap plastic photo book that they have on the dollar store. Michael's has them all the time. And I bought one, and it's perfect for my 3.5 by 5s. It's just wonderful. So I filled up this book already. I didn't even count the pages, but I know it takes 2 pieces in one page, and I filled them up. I filled it up. I have fun. Look at that. I even used these little I forgot what they're called, but with the pony beads, I made those. Yep. And some steampunk, some stick-ons. All sorts of things. And it's up. You just do what you're doing without even thinking about, oh, is that gonna stick on it? Is that gonna mess up the paper? Just do it and see what it comes out. And it takes that white marker pen, takes it really nice. I did some of these clear dots. I made some of those, put that in there. Embossing, pieces of scraps, text paper, those little I forget what they call, you know what I'm talking about. All kind of things. While you're doing your art, don't even think about if it's gonna take it or not. Just do it and see what happens. And I just fell in love with this. And this is, I guess you can call it a journal, but I took a piece of my elastic, made a hole in the middle. I made the hole in the middle. Took my piece of elastic, pulled it through, and now I have a very nice closure. I mean, I could have made it fancy, you know, put a little chain. I've done all that, but this is as is. I just like it the way it is. I like the cover clear, so I didn't put anything in the cover. I like the cover clear, and so this is how I'm storing my pieces of art. To me, they're my art cards, I guess I could say. So anyway, I took it a step further, and I was making my own recycled paper some time back. I made all of these plus more, but because I've given some away, and I just played because I could. I had paper. I had the a blender in the garage that was old, that wasn't being used. I had some dried up flowers, and I put those in there. Threw a little glitter on some of them, but not much. So I had this paper sitting there staring at me across the table here. I said, what can I do with that? Well, being that I'm hooked on these 3.5 by 5s, I cut the whole bunch of them at 3.5 by 5. This is not the whole bunch, but oh well, I was gonna cut some more. But look at these colors. This is my paper that I made. You know, adding piece of flower and stuff, and look at the texture on the edges. Now I could have very well cut them all like straight up like that, but I like that irregularity, so I left that on there. On whatever edge I was able to leave it, I left it. And I love these. I just enjoy just looking at them, just having them right in my hands. I'm crazy, yeah. So I took and experimented. Everything I used on this, and not everything yet because I haven't used the paste, but I stamped, I mist, I did some a daubing of paint with my finger. I did glitter. I love this one. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like I said, I stamped, I embossed. This is embossing right there. Now because it's high textured, you're not gonna get a nice clean stamp or nice clean emboss. So deal with it, because this is such abstract and mixed media that, you know, to me it doesn't matter that I don't get a clear stamp on this particular project. Okay, I added some shimmer sprays. Now keep in mind that the recycled paper, they are delicate. It will crumble on you if you wet it too much. So I would caution you to just go ahead and mist, dry it. Some of the ink does go through. That's how, you know, absorptive it is, and they're very delicate. It does take markers, because I did this border. I did this border with a marker. You know, those pens, Faber-Castells or the Pilot V5, things like that, with the fine point, or the micro 0.05 or whatever. But you know, I was able to do those borders with those pens. This border, something similar. They have a stamp for it. I was not gonna buy a stamp to make these borders. I took a ruler, my marker, and did this border. Looks really good. I'm gonna do it again. Or did I do it again? But yes, I did do it again. Looks really nice. Make that border, right? So again, you know, the misting and all that will go through on the other side, but you know, who cares? A lot of us do a lot of work and we get all inked up in the back, but this is what counts. And look how beautiful that turned out. And I have some shimmer on there too. I had a lot of fun stamping, and you know, these inks, stains, stuff like I use these Mist by Delusion. Oh, and you know what I discovered too? You know, one of those YouTubes mentioned hairspray to set your spray, because some of them, like when you do some spray, this was one of them, okay, that when I missed this, where is it? It's a Recollection. Look, this Recollection, okay, it rubs off on your finger once it's dry, and it still rubs off. So then I thought, oh, I remember someone saying about spray, right? And I've had this for a long time, and I have used it and it does work. And I took after I finished my pieces and I had some of this mist, this one here too, what I did is I laid them out and I just sprayed it and let it be. I didn't bother them. I let them dry. Oh, you can, blow dry it also, and it works. This is from the dollar store, nothing, to talk about, but it works. So I was impressed with that idea. And like I said, I use glitter on these, and I'm just having a ball, really. Just having. Did I do glitter yet? Hold on. No, I didn't do no glitter. No, glitter was from the other ones. But anyway, I'm sure to take glitter just fine. Yeah, I didn't do just embossing. I did the embossing. Oh yes, I did glitter on this one here. I did some glitter. So it takes glitter. It takes pretty much what any paper would take. It's just absorptive, and hopefully the idea that it goes through doesn't really bother you much. And if you do decide to do recycling paper, to throw those flowers in there. I mean, people throw seeds. I was going to do the seeds, but I was already getting tired of making the paper, so I didn't get around to it. But dry flowers during the spring, during that time, was those nice colorful orangey, purpley, yellows flowers that it looks like they paint them. They were out, and I had gotten some. My husband had gotten me some, and they're just wonderful. Oh, and actually, what I did too, this piece of paper, this one here, I didn't do that. No, oh, here, evidence. You see that? I didn't set it yet, but I wanted to show you that it does come off. And then once you spray it with the hairspray and let it dry, it is there forever. I also took some tissue paper and thought, let me just throw a few pieces of tissue paper. With the tissue paper, what I did was put a little of the glue, then put the tissue down. But being that this is so absorptive, this paper is so absorptive, tissue paper is, forget it, the glue just goes through. I just took my glue, put it down, put my piece of tissue down, did the glue, and kind of started spreading that. Whichever way, you know how to put glue on. I just thought that was a little different than what I would normally do. And this looks really nice. Look at that piece. There's some misting and that hairspray and the tissue paper. I'm gonna do some stamping. So instead of cutting it out, I just cut them out. I didn't do anything to them yet. I may just go ahead and design the paper, then cut it out. I kind of like that idea, because that's what I did with these, with the photo paper. I did my background first, and then I did then when I cut it, I started making it, designing each individual one. So I might just do that with another piece. You see these? What did I do with these I sent? Oh, yeah, I cut them out first. You see, I cut them out first, and then I started messing with it, I believe. Let me see what this one is. Let's see the white of this one here, because I think I don't remember what I did. Oh, yeah. I think I just took and cut them individually, and then I cut them and then design them individually. But I think I'm going to take and do the background on them, cut it, and then design them. Start designing like this one. Do the background, then I'm gonna cut this up. My time is just about over, and I appreciate you tuning in, and I hope you like this. I hope that someone just clicks on my video. I don't have very many followers. I don't press it. It's not what I do. I don't work at my art to get famous or anything. I do the video when I feel like doing the video. If you catch it, wonderful. So you learn something. If not, I'm having fun just making it, talking to myself and those who view. Bye.